Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball and football history through card breaks and the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. Today, we're opening this pack of 1990 NFL Pro Set. The official 1990 NFL card was this Pro Set. Before we get into this, I'll just mention we've done one football break on this channel already. And through the rest of football season, we're going to do football breaks every week and probably have a few other football videos for different reasons, for different cards, different things. Not just baseball cards. We're going to do football. We're definitely also going to do basketball when basketball season starts up too. But probably for the rest of football season, there will be definitely at least one football video every week. And big reason why is because that 1982 break that I did pretty well. So it seems like people like football card content. We want to bring you the content you want to see. So let's get into this pack of 1990 NFL Pro Set. I'll just mention that Emmitt Smith's rookie card is in this set, as well as Brian Mitchell, and also Santa Claus. Okay. There's a Santa Claus card here. I don't really know anything about it. I just looked it up on the PSA price guide. Santa Claus, and what's very funny to me is that in the PSA price guide, next to Santa Claus, there's a Hall of Famer next to it, which that's very funny to me. I don't know why. All right. NFL Pro Set, 1990. Playbook 3. A very famous Hall of Famer in none other than Troy Aikman, who you hear on television every week, whether you like it or not. I like Troy Aikman as an announcer, actually. I know not everybody does, but Troy Aikman was played at UCLA in college. Not sure if he was a Heisman winner or not really sure, but 3-time Super Bowl champion quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys when I was growing up, one of the major leading light stars of the NFL, and somebody who people gravitated towards him. People liked him. They liked his personality. And then again, he left his playing career and pretty much immediately went into the booth. It's kind of crazy to think about this because there was an article in The Ringer by Brian Curtis recently about how Troy Aikman and Joe Buck have been together on TV for 20 years now, which is crazy to think about. But Troy Aikman had a really good career, 10, 12 years. Career ended because of concussions, which is unfortunately often happens. But Troy Aikman, one of the absolute stud stars of the National Football League when I was growing up. So Troy will head into a sleeve. All right, what do we got next? Mervin Fernandez. I can't really say I know anything about Mervin, but Raiders receiver. There you go. 1990 Pro Bowl. The official NFL card of the Pro Bowl here is Andre Reed, who was a great wide receiver for years with the Buffalo Bills. Famously, the Bills in this era were in the Super Bowl 4 times, AFC champions 4 times, and they lost all 4 times. Jim Kelly was a quarterback. A lot of great completions between Jim Kelly and Andre Reed. It was sort of the three-headed monster on that offense was Jim Kelly as the quarterback, Thurman Thomas as the running back, and Andre Reed as the receiver. I don't think that Andre Reed ever made it to the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame sort of notoriously hard for wide receivers to get in. Andre Reed would deserve it as much as anybody. But anyway, nice player. And funny to see him in the Pro Bowl, which kind of doesn't really exist anymore, right? David Grayson, linebacker for the Browns. Big dude. I wouldn't want to get tackled by him. Linebacker. The bar down the middle of the helmet there. Mark Carrier, I think, was pretty good. Good receiver. 86 catches in 1989. Burst into stardom. Yeah, Mark Carrier was good. Good. Again, this is a little bit before my time in terms of watching regularly. Tony Zendejas. Don't really know anything about him. So Jeff Lageman, I hate to rub stuff in for the Jets fans because they've had it rough, even though they won that first game with Aaron Rodgers as the QB after he got hurt. There is a very famous video on YouTube of all of the times that the Jets fans were very upset about the draft picks of the first round picks of the Jets through the years, and their reactions, and they're priceless. And one of the more famous cuts in that was when Pete Rozelle, who at the time was the commissioner of the NFL, announced that Jeff Lageman was the Jets' first round pick. It would have been, I guess, 1989. And I don't, Jeff Lageman, it just kind of has a name like a guy who you don't think is going to be much in the NFL. It looked like he had a decent rookie year. I don't know what he did after that. Certainly not a Hall of Famer. And I don't think he was necessarily a great player. But that video is, if you don't like the Jets, and again, I'm a Patriots fan, so I don't like the Jets. That video is hilarious. And I don't know if it was the Lageman pick or which one it was, but there's one where they announced the position, and somebody in the crowd in the background screams, "Oh no!" It's amazing. Sorry, Jets fans. Love you all. Jeff Lageman. All right, who's next? John Steele. I absolutely love these Falcons uniforms. That's so great. This was not a great era for the Falcons, I don't think. John Steele was a running back. John Settle. If I can read. John Settle played at Appalachian State, which has had many, many great teams and has had, I think, some good players come through. Louis Lips. Another great name. Wow, that's a great name. I'll tell you what, Louis Lips. Steelers heading into a great era. End of the Chuck Noll era, heading into the Bill Cowher era. Go to the Super Bowl in the mid-'90s, but good numbers for Louis Lips. Great name. Boomer Esiason, again, somebody who you see and hear on television every week. That's his Pro Bowl card. Good quarterback for years. Was I believe their quarterback when they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Niners. And then became a broadcaster, and you see and hear him every week. Look at Boomer. There he is. Anyway. Jim Jeffcoat was, I think, like a really stud defensive end and had a lot of good years, and I think was part of those championship Cowboys teams in the 90s. You can see him. These are great pictures in these cards, by the way. I have to say that. Great pictures. All right. 1990 Hall of Fame. Whoops, knocked that over. 1990 Hall of Fame selection, Bob Greasy. The quarterback of the undefeated, still the only undefeated team. I don't want to talk about the other team that came close to being undefeated. Pop the champagne every year, the ones that are still alive. Bob Greasy was the quarterback of the last undefeated team in the NFL, and the father of Brian Greasy. And in 1990, he went to the Hall of Fame. And then also similar to his son, also became a broadcaster, and he became a broadcaster. When I was growing up, I thought of Bob Greasy as doing the college games with the late, great Keith Jackson. And that was the duo. And Bob Greasy was a great quarterback in his own right, for sure. This will go into the sleeve as well, this one. Right. Clyde Simmons, nice player. The Eagles, great Kelly Green uniforms there. Good old Clyde Simmons. And then the last card here is the official NFL card. I keep reading that off the top. Super Bowl 29 at the Superdome in New Orleans. 49ers drubbed the Broncos in this one. Not close. And you can kind of read some of the things there. Archie Manning, U.S. Coast Guard honored. Aaron Neville sang the national anthem. Pro Football Hall of Fame class, Mel Blount, Terry Bradshaw, Art Shell, Pat Summerall, John Madden. Peanuts characters celebrated 40th anniversary in halftime show that also included performances by Pete Fountain, Doug Kershaw, and Irma Thomas. The Super Bowl halftime show was a lot different in the early 90s. Super Bowl Card Show 1, sponsored by ProSet, was staged at the Superdome, and Barry Sanders awarded first ProSet Rookie of the Year trophy. So there you go. That's kind of cool. We're gonna put Troy in the middle here, and that's it. That's our break. 1990 ProSet. That's gonna do it for this edition of Waxback Wisdom. Tell us what you thought of this break. What's your favorite card we pulled today? Do you have a story about one of the players in this pack? Leave us a comment and let us know. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you can find links to where you can follow Wax Pack Wisdom on all social media channels. You'll also find a link to our list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. If you enjoyed this video, please consider a donation to one of the organizations. It would mean a lot to us. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.